Today I'm flying Virgin Atlantic Upper Class from London Heathrow to Orlando International Airport on board one of their Airbus A330-300s named Miss Sunshine. It's an early departure at 8:20 AM and I am really looking forward to seeing how Virgin's upper class experience holds up on a transatlantic daytime flight. We drove ourselves to Heathrow this morning, so I didn't use Virgin's chauffeur or private drop-off area. Check-in was quick and painless, no queues, no fuss, just efficient staff who genuinely seemed happy to be there. From the check-in desk, upper class passengers take a private lift directly to the security level. You simply scan your boarding pass and the lift opens into a dedicated security channel exclusive to Virgin Atlantic upper class guests. It's a calm, seamless process that feels far removed from the usual Heathrow chaos. Once through, you're funneled through the inevitable world of duty free, all the perfumes, aftershaves and the familiar blast of synthetic smells, before following the signs to the Virgin Atlantic Clubhouse perched above the American Airlines Admiral's Lounge in Terminal 3. Their clubhouse is one of Heathrow's most impressive business class lounges. It's enormous, with a mix of high stalls, quiet corners and comfortable seating zones for working, relaxing or people watching. We grabbed a table in the restaurant section for breakfast. The staff were genuinely attentive without being over the top. I went for poached eggs on smashed avocado with sourdough, plus a sausage bap, and yes, I might have started the day with a glass of champagne. It's a holiday after all. There's also a deli counter service with meats and cheeses all freshly laid out. And if you fancy some air before your flight, the clubhouse features an outdoor terrace overlooking the apron, a unique touch at Heathrow. It's strictly non-smoking, but perfect for plane spotting or just escaping the terminal for a moment, even if the smell of jet fuel hangs in the air. Before long, boarding was called, and we made our way through the long walkways to our gate. A smooth, well-timed experience from lounge to aircraft. Boarding was quick and organised. Virgin Atlantic's upper class cabin on the A330-300 is the older 111 herringbone configuration, meaning every seat faces slightly away from the window. It's not the most private or modern setup. Your back is to the window and the aisle view is mostly of other passengers' feet, but it still carries the signature Virgin charm. Each seat had a pillow, bedding and bottled water waiting. The crew immediately offered champagne, Laurent Perrier once airborne, and a friendly introduction. I genuinely can't fault Virgin's cabin crew here. Upbeat, conversational and professional without feeling scripted. The seat itself had a decent amount of space, a cocktail table, adjustable lighting, a fold-out tray that's sturdy and generous in size. When it's time to sleep, the seat flips over to form a fully flat bed with separate bedding, which the crew are happy to help set up. We pushed back right on schedule under clear London skies, the perfect send-off before our 9-hour journey to Florida. Video. Shortly after takeoff, the crew handed out hot towels and a small bowl of Virgin Atlantic's signature Bloody Mary flavoured crisps, a fun little detail. After around an hour in, we decided to make the most of Virgin's onboard bar, as myself and my fellow travel companions were seated all separately within the upper class cabin. It is one of Virgin's most iconic features, and although it did get busy at times, with the crew politely redirecting premium passengers, it's still a great social spot at 35,000 feet. Because we were seated separately, the crew even invited us to dine together at the bar, which was a brilliant touch. The meal service was excellent. Well presented dishes, hot mains served on proper china, and the champagne was kept topped up. Airline food will never match restaurant quality, but this was solid, well executed business class dining. During the flight, the Wonder Wall was stocked with snacks, soft drinks and sweet treats, all managed by the crew, and later, mid-flight, the ice cream was served, which is always a win in my book. Virgin's in-flight entertainment system, Vera, was responsive, with a good selection of films, TV shows and a moving map. This A330 doesn't feature any external cameras, which for some reason I'd half expected it had. I think I may have mistaken in what I'd looked up, but the choice of content was more than enough for a day flight. Each seat has a universal power socket, a USB port and decent storage space for smaller items. The amenity kit included Ren skincare products, socks, an eye mask and a toothbrush. Simple but thoughtful. About an hour before landing, afternoon tea was served. Virgin's signature mile-high tea. The tray came with finger sandwiches, I went for the chicken Caesar option, a warm scone with clotted cream and jam, a small cake selection and of course a cup of tea. Everything was well presented and surprisingly filling, the perfect pre-arrival treat. Just before descent, the crew handed out little packets of love hearts, with a few children dressed up as mini crew members helping to distribute them. It really was a sweet way to end the flight. We touched down slightly ahead of schedule at Orlando International Airport after a smooth crossing. Disembarkation was quick, and it genuinely rounded off what had been a brilliant experience. This was my first time flying Virgin Upper Class and only my second time on Virgin in general. I'm usually a one-world flyer, but this trip really won me over. The service, friendliness and little touches all stood out. These A330-300 aircraft are gradually being refitted with Virgin's new Upper Class Suite, the one with the sliding door. But if you do find yourself on this older configuration, it's still a comfortable and enjoyable way to fly transatlantic. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this has given you a good idea of what to expect when flying Virgin Atlantic Upper Class from London Heathrow to Orlando on the Airbus A330-300. If you found this review helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, it really helps the channel grow. And feel free to drop any questions below and I will do my best to answer them. And if you enjoy travel vlogs, hotel room tours and flight reviews, don't forget to subscribe. I've got more content from Orlando, Walt Disney World, Universal Studios and Las Vegas coming very soon. So until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.